Definitely a time to reflect, to show gratitude. And though that may seem hard to do this year for a lot of people, one family from Charlotte, North Carolina is counting all of their blessings today. It has been 9 months since their 3-year-old son received a life-changing liver donation from a complete stranger. Take a look. Ian Charles was an average, playful, and energetic 2-year-old when his parents, Dia and Paul, discovered a worrisome lump on his stomach. The lump turned out to be a tumor on his liver, and a few weeks later, Ian was diagnosed with hepatoblastoma, a rare form of liver cancer. With no time to process the news, Dia and Paul prepared their son to begin chemotherapy immediately. But after 6 sessions, doctors knew if Ian was going to survive, he would need a liver transplant. The news was crushing for Dia, who knew that meant spending months her son didn't have on a donors list. But little did she know, just a few states over, a 28-year-old man was signing up to donate his liver and would turn out to be Ian's perfect match. In just 2 months' time, Ian successfully received a new liver and a new lease on life. Due to HIPAA regulations, Dia and Paul have never met Ian's donor and know almost nothing about him, but they've always wanted the chance to personally thank the stranger who saved their baby boy's life. Wow, joining us now is this beautiful family, Dia, Paul, and now 3-year-old Ian. We're so happy to have you with us today. And so the first thing we need to ask Dia, it's been 9 months. We see Ian there. How is he doing?
Oh man, he's awesome. It's almost as if nothing happened. You know, he's healthy, playful, same kid. Like you wouldn't think that, you know, something like he's gone through something like liver transplant, you know.
You all have to take us back though, and it's not the best place you want to go back to, but give us an understanding, right? When kids are born, people still go back to the 10 fingers, 10 toes, right? You immediately want to know that your kid is okay, but you find out 2 years old, Paul, that your kid needs a new liver. Take us back to what that moment was like to find out that news.
Back to that moment, at first, it was like, I was just sitting there playing with him, and I felt the lump on his belly. And, you know, I asked the question to his mom and my grandpa, his grandpa, you know, and say, hey, you know, what do we do about this? And so take him to the doctors in the morning. So took him to the doctors in the morning, and the news came back. Yes, hey, like says, there's a ton of bricks.
Wow. And Dia, I mean, I cannot even imagine as a mom what that moment was like. How did you make it through those frightening months where you didn't know what was going to happen?
We have a very, very strong support system. Very, very, very strong support system. You know, as a parent, you wouldn't want, you know, to go through something like this. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But getting through it, seeing him, you know, he's resilient. Children are very resilient. So, you know, seeing him happy, playing, he took everything, like the pictures, like he had a smile on his face, kept a smile on his face. So he was the strength. And plus our support system, of course, as far as getting us through this that tough time.
Oh, yes, having people around who are there for you in those moments makes all the difference in the world. I always say it's so important to accept that help, and you guys did. And we are very excited.
We're glad you all are sharing your story. This is a day that a lot of folks are being certainly thankful. You all have plenty to be thankful for, but you don't know who to thank. What do you, and you may never, I guess, know who to thank. That's just how some of the rules go. But what would you say? How do you feel about that stranger who stepped forward and essentially saved a life?
I'm just grateful. Like, it's nothing that I can actually say or do, but I'm just grateful. That was very selfless of him and anybody else who decides to donate.
With the help of New York Presbyterian, we found Ian's donor. His name is Will Lindbergh, and we want you all to hear his story. So take a look. By the age of 12, Will Lindbergh from Cambridge, Massachusetts knew that he wanted to save lives. It was after being inspired by the EMTs who came to his dad's rescue after suffering from cardiac arrest. Sadly, Will lost his dad to pancreatic cancer 2 years later. Will became a full-time paramedic in 2018 and one day came across a patient who was experiencing the same decline from liver failure he'd seen in his father years before. It was at that moment Will decided to become an organ donor.
A few months after his donor assessment exams, a recipient was selected. Will didn't know much about his recipient except that he was a little boy in a life or death situation. Without any hesitation, Will went through the operation on February 4th, 2019, and after experiencing a few complications himself, Will returned to work in the most crucial months of the COVID-19 pandemic. Not only did his donation save the life of 2-year-old Ian Charles, but as an essential worker, Will is committed to protecting countless American lives during the pandemic.
Oh, I mean, I have tears in my eyes watching that. Dia, what do you think now knowing where Ian's liver came from?
It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm still forever grateful to him for going through to doing something like that. We had no idea. We were told he was gonna, needed a transplant. And when you think transplant, you think of lists. So you're gonna be on a list for months at a time, years at a time. But it literally took maybe 2 months. 2 months it was, and it makes sense. Oh my God, I really, really, really want to meet. I want to meet him.
Well, we were watching. I couldn't help it. I was staring at you all's faces that you all were hearing the name and the story of the person who donated. You still want to meet him. So why don't you say hi then, guys? Say hi to Will Lindbergh right now, who is here. Say hi to Will. Will, say hi.
Hi there, guys.
What?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Will. Thank you so very much.
You're very, very, very welcome.
Oh my God, this is okay. I wasn't expecting this at all. Yeah, you saved. Oh my God, you saved my son's life, and I can never repay you for that. I really can't. But like Paul said, you are welcome to the family cookout. You're part of the family now. You're part of the family now. Oh my God, Will. Now I have a name. Will.
Will,
oh my God.
Will, we have a name and a face here, Will, and we saw a part of your story there, but you have them in front of you now. You wanted to meet them as well. Why did you had no idea how this was going to work out, but why did you want to do it, and what do you think now, seeing that little boy right there in front of you?
He's adorable, and it's so nice to see Ian for the first time. I was just tearing up watching the promo a few minutes ago. But hey, buddy, how you doing?
Shot.
Yeah,
he shot what he wants to be.
And Will, I think a lot of people, don't realize that they can save lives too. And you're sitting there seeing a life that you saved and the gratitude on this Thanksgiving Day. I wonder if you have a message for anyone watching about how we all can do good.
Yeah, I think, the thing with liver donation is I was initially interested in doing it because of a patient I ran into. But what really made me sort of follow through after that initial interest was learning about how the liver regenerates. There are many, many people in need of kidneys, and there are many wonderful kidney donors. But the thing that really got stuck in my head was the fact that I had the ability to give this really important gift. And then as we're speaking, it's already grown back. So you can make this donation without really losing anything yourself.
Well, guys, I don't necessarily need you all to say a hi and a bye, because I am pretty sure you all are going to be at the same cookout here pretty soon. And I'm sure we'll make sure that you all are in touch as much as you want to. But I can't thank you all enough. This is that day. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on what you do, the message you're sending, and good to see a healthy Ian there. So thank you all so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you again, Will. Thank you.
Oh, what a perfect story on this day. And we needed that this year, didn't we, on this day?
We just want to, okay, we're good. There's a lot of good happening. We just need to highlight it just like we just did. So.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.